Hey everyone, welcome to Bugsmashers, and I'm back in action to show you guys a fun bug. Let's take a look. Bugsmashers! Hey everyone, we are here in the awesome PU level, and this week we're taking a look at the fun issue of performance. Yay, and a broken ship. So, this is our fun little cutlass, and it's cool. I'm gonna spawn a few more because why not? Woo! We spawn a few cuts. They're all freaking out like crazy because they're all spawning in the right spot. Why not? Cool. That actually looks pretty nifty. Now, when you expect performance fun, we're here in Port Olisar, and well, there's a bunch of ships here, and they're all flying around, jittering about. You expect, well, yeah, they should update. But if I traverse all the way to, once I find all these fun console commands, let's go to yellow. If I could type. Woo! If you notice on the top left, all of those cutlasses that I spawned are still updating, even though it's miles and miles and miles and miles away. That's a problem because if we want to have a bunch of players in the good old server, we don't need them to update for me when they're far, far away. I don't care about an M50 or Cutlass battling across the galaxy. They're eating my CPU cycles, and damn it, I want my CPU cycle. So, let's fix that. Let's stop the game because I won't be able to recode that. Shazam. The first thing we're going to do is, here's our component for the movement, the flight movement. It's very basic. All it does is has an initializer, and then we update, we get the vehicle, and then we start updating IFCS on this batch update. In the specific frame of the entity update, we basically batch a bunch of updates, and they all get spawned and get processed, as many processors as you have. So during the frame, we're like, hey, everything go update, and we just go crazy. The benefit is that instead of having one pass and going one at a time, we could go like 16, 20, 100 updates in a row. Quite efficient. But this guy is set to always update. That means if he's far away, he's going to update no matter what. We have a whole slew of updates, but the one that we care about is actually this thing called in range. In range is basically, it's not necessarily invisible, but if it's potentially visible, that could also be behind me, side, left, right, it will get an update. So if I'm battling some guy, the guy in front of me, and he goes behind me, he'll still update because, well, we need him to continue flying. Now that's good and gone, bam, cool, but that's going to cause some problems in IFCS, especially since we do some network ticks that no longer happen. So what we'll want to do is, let me copy pasta some functions. I'm going to add some awesome functions in here. We want to know specifically when we go in range and out of range so that we could tell IFCS, hey, once you've gone out of range, stop moving. And then tell physics to go to sleep. And then when we come back, we want to reset the network tick so that we snap to the latest information. So I'm going to add these two fun little functions. Woo. Shazam. These little functions allow my component to register for certain events, and when I get the event, I could do some fun magic. So let's add these fun little functions. Shazam! I got my functions. Now I need to register for some events. So let's go find the magical events. We have a whole slew of them, but the two that we want are enter range and in range. Now the cool thing about the enter range and leave range is, if on a client, the range is basically where I am. So I don't have to care about the M50 far away. But the in range on the server is where all the players are. So technically, if I'm all the way over here and there's another player over here, both the stuff in these areas will update on the server, but only the one where I am will update on my client. Kind of a nifty thing. That allows the game code to work specifically for the things that we care about. Things that aren't in range or don't need an update, shouldn't get an update. Get our CPU cycles back. So we registered for in range and out of range. So let's process those. Get my vehicle. Tell the vehicle we want the vehicle know that, hey, we've entered the range. We'll add some new function. On range change. We'll just have a true for we've gone in, and then we'll have a false for, I don't know, we've gone out of the range. Now this doesn't exist, so we have to add it. Fun old interfaces. Bool, let's use the longest variable, has gone on range, diggity do yay. So if this is true, we are in range and we should start processing. Now let's add it to our spaceship. Aha, magical spaceship. Our spaceship, this is our movement for the spaceship. He has all the fun stuff for IFCS and updating where the ship should go. So we need to forward this information, well, to the spaceship or IFCS, a magical wonder of IFCS. But we have to go into IFCS. Oh, the fun of programming. One thing says something has a long chain. This is what we do all day, every day. This is the easy part. Okay, so now we have our flight, and if we are in range, we basically want to reset IFCS, or I should say the network, net. And then in here, we want to disable basically physics and go to sleeps. So first thing we need to do is make sure that we have, let's make it go to sleep first. So we need the physical entity. This is the physics, the rigid body. This would be like the cup or with spaceships on it. So we need to tell physics. P-ship physics. Host, where are you? Owner, get me the physics. Owner is this ship. We want to tell the ship to action. Where are you? Set velocity. We want to clear the linear velocity. Zero that out. Clear the angular velocity. Aha. So linear, angular. I can't type. And P-ship physics. Go to sleep. Nope, set action. Nope. I think it's just action. There it is. Go to bed. So this will clear the velocity, but now we need to tell it to go to sleep. Params position. Params position. Sim class. We are going to go to sleep. Set params position. Bam. Cool. So this basically tells the ship to go to bed. But another thing we need to do is, yeah, that should be fine. Now, once we have gone to sleep, if a ship comes into range, we now need to wake him up. So for the server, let's reset. This will reset the network, and we need to reset our prediction. So what this does is if the server gets into a state where the ship comes back into view, reset this network state and everyone will snap. And then on the clients, we set this prediction so it snaps to either the client or server latest information. So let's compile and see the wonderful errors that we get. Back with some magical code compiling. And I spawned myself a cutlass. I'm gonna spawn a few more just for fun. Move out of the way so they don't spawn inside each other much. Shazam! So there's the cutlasses. They're updating, moving around like crazy. IFCS is doing their thing. On the top left, we are getting our fun updates. Now, let's check out the code in action. If I teleport to yellow, they should no longer update. Oh, they don't update. There's no debug text. They're not updating. I get my CPU cycles back. Everyone's happy. FPS is high. Today's a good day. And what's great is the server's not updating those until, teleport over there, until I go over there. Now, if there was another client over here and then I teleport away, the server would update them because, well, they need to move because they are controlled by the good old server. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's today's fun optimization. Bugsmashers! All right. So as you guys saw, we had a fun little performance issue. As we try to cram more and more players into the server, we're constantly debugging, profiling, trying to find out all the things that are taking most time on the server, and we're nailing those out so we could add more and more players to the game. And unfortunately, the ships, they've been in the game for a long time because it's, well, a space game. And, you know, there was not so many optimizations in there because we were just like getting, get it up and running, cool. But when you start adding more players, we don't need to do all these updates. So guys, way out in oblivion, we don't need to be updating IFCS because, well, they're light years away from you. So we added a little bit of code in there to make sure that those guys far away kind of go into this little hibernation mode until they get within range, and then bam, they're up and running and you're able to dogfight with them. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.
Thank you for watching. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest in the Star Citizen and Squadron 42's development, please follow us on our social media channels. See you soon.